Hey, what's going on? Hey, Aka Raccoon. What's up, man? Got a question for me? Yeah, you do. I bet you do. Feel free to ask. I may not have the answers, but, you know, the only stupid question is the one you don't ask. How's that? G'day, g'day, new people. Don't be shy, say hi. If you got any questions about freelance web development or web development in general, or programming, app development, mainly using web technologies, game development, although I'm only a hobbyist at that, but happy to answer questions. Good morning, Keen Wolf. What's going on, man? You've come to an idea to make a browser game. I like it. Tell me more. Some kind of Tamagotchi game where you raise your character and make him progress through different challenges in a grim, dark fantasy world. Yeah, that's a good idea. Have you decided what framework you're going to use? I'm assuming it's browser based, but is it 2D? Because it could be 3D, depending what technology you use. Excellent. Unity WebGL. Easy. Yeah, you can publish to, there's a website called simmer.io. I think I mentioned it in a previous stream. Now you're thinking about races, classes, and stats. Yeah, cool. So what's the actual gameplay? Is it like a platformer? Is it a roguelike? I'm guessing it's more of a roguelike. Or maybe a... I think you said Diablo style game. Okay, Darkest Dungeon and Fallout Shelter. Yeah. Yeah, Darkest Dungeon. I've seen that before. That's cool. Wow, this sounds like a pretty adventurous kind of game. This is your ultimate game. You're very keen wolf. Sounds like you've thought about this a bit. Well, one way to start would be to build little bits and pieces. Like, build different parts of that, like mini games in a way. Like the parts that you would find enjoyable. Like, that doesn't have to be the full whole game. but build little bits of it. So yeah, that sounds very much like yeah, Diablo or any of these dungeon crawlers. That's cool. Okay. Sounds good, man. When are you going to start this? Or have you... Yeah, so you're going to do it in Unity. Have you done enough tutorials to sort of start? Or do you know what part you want to start on first? I'll make a list of possible races, classes with their stats, and after this I'll try to start a Unity project. Sounds good, man. It's the only way to get good. Actually do stuff and try it. And see what happens. No one knows everything straight out of the box. Most of the stuff you learn is through trial and error. I believe in you. I think you can do it, man. Meanwhile, I'm just playing around with the sprite sheet editor. At the moment, a little bit of game dev, I think. Just, again, some of it's me learning. So, but I don't mind if I look like a noob to people. Apart from that, a little bit of web dev. I think I'd like to help a few people. Like if people want to come in and have a chat, I can give them advice like I did the other day on doing freelance or doing web development. I think it's more enjoyable just to sit and chat to people about their ideas and maybe like be someone to give them advice or just ask questions to say, oh, have you thought about this or this? But yeah, just basically do a bit of streaming. I've got to do a bit of coding myself later on. Then I've got to go have a cup of tea with my old man and I'll be back for a stream this evening. But yeah, did a little bit of gaming streaming yesterday, as you saw, but that's not... It's funny because as much as I enjoy games, that's not as enjoyable as sitting here having a chat. So... I looked up what with your Tamagotchi game, what kind of game, whether they'd made a game for it. But I mean, yours is more of a dungeon crawler game, like you said, like this Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, raising your own pet. So in your example, you've got the guild hall and you're building a guardian or some kind of big hero. Yeah, plenty of games took the idea. Well, this is it. Most games borrow each other's ideas. If your Tamagotchi pets always die, you're not playing very well, are you? You gotta look after them, give them food. Basically keep giving them food and water, but not too much. Don't drown them. Poor thing. What's the weather there like today? Still terrible? You sleep for 16 hours and that, yeah, man, it's one of those things. They constantly need attention, but then that's like any living creature that's not self-sufficient, right? You would think Tamagotchis, you should be able to teach them self-sufficiency, to go out and hunt their own food. It's kind of sad in a way. They're kind of locked in this little device and you gotta look after them. That's better. Advanced algorithm grid. The cheeky buggers. See, the only problem with packing textures like this is that this particular engine expects that your tile sheet has tiles of even size. Now, I went through the other day and I did one for each of these separately. You could put the GIF animation if you sliced it up. But I mean, essentially that's what you're doing anyway, right? So you're having a frame of animation for each one. See, the grid is the one you want probably, because the grid would then allow you to, but then they want you to, you can try Pro. So you can change from basic to grid. Don't allow rotation. I don't know what multi-pack is. What is multi-pack? Texture creates. Huh. Trim mode none. See, but I don't think that will work because it's kind of like that. Look at transform by itself. Starts low, jumps and then lands. But then if you look at effects, light to dark, or dark to light. Oh no, that could work. Maybe. I don't know if they got the same baseline. You'd have to have some kind of offset. Anyway, I'm not actually doing any work with this, I'm just practicing with it. I'm not practicing with it, learning it. Just seeing what options it's got. Trim. See, that's interesting. Because then they're all top corner. I think that's kind of the way to do it, because if you say none, trim, I think that's kind of what you want, maybe. Yeah, so typically the way that animation works is you use what's called a sprite sheet. So you specify, for example, like it shows you here, it says the jump animation uses this anim sheet, and each frame of animation should take 0.2 of a second, and the animations are 2, 3, and 4. So the jump animation is 2, 3, and 4. And so when anyone hits jump, it plays those 3 frames. And each frame displays for 0.2 seconds. And then it stops on the last frame. If that wasn't true, it would repeat. So obviously when you have a jump, you don't want it to do that sort of, like you don't want it to do the jump. You just want to, as soon as they press the button, just play it once. And then after that plays, you probably want it to transition to the falling. Like when you detect that the player is falling down, you change it to the falling animation. But I'm just looking because the trick is you want to align things, because this particular character has some animations that, like for instance here in the GIF that the guy made, these transformation ones where it jumps up in the air and flips around and turns from one color to the other. It also has another layer, so these extra sort of flames coming out are separate, the way they've done it. So they've got the transform one, which is just these, so where it jumps up and down. without the flames, and then it it has a separate effects folder where it does it that way, and I think that's correct actually if they do it that way, because it looks like it sort of starts there in the middle, like we're looking at this one I think at the moment, starts sort of high up above him, swoops down, then does the flippy flip. But that's because I chose to do it in this trim mode. It would probably line up because you can see that they've got the animations are in the top right corner. So if you've got the transform ones, they start there. Actually, I'm not too sure, because if you play that, he'd actually drop down. You kind of maybe want him in the bottom corner, like instead of the top corner. And this is the stuff I don't know. Hey, Peace Knight. It is your adopted Russian child from Crossbow Village. Good memory, Snipe. It's still probably minus 25 and he goes outside and he has to crossbow some poor animal, bring it back in, maybe even a rat, roast it over the open fire. Or he could just go down to the 7-Eleven and, you know, get a sandwich. Pixel format. What is this? Size constraints. See, what I'm not getting. What's max rex? Ugh, gross. Grid strip, that's what I want. But the top corner, surely crop flush position. Actually, that might be the one. So if you had a transform, which is these, he jumps up and he lands. You want to keep on the baseline though. I would think. Maybe, maybe not. Transform. Are they going to be the same size? Dark to light. Yeah, something doesn't fit there really. I don't think. Like that slash that goes through. Maybe it does. What are you doing, P-Snipe, anyway? What time is it there, actually? Time, USA. Oh, it's in your evening. You're just kicking back. Are you in your man cave, P-Snipe? Do you have a man cave where you are? Has your man cave been co-opted by small animals, aka children? Keep position. Trim. None. Transform. FX dark to light. I just feel that it's not gonna... Like, you need to center it on the thing. Hmm. I did what I was asked, by the way, which was to flip my chat window. At the side there and make it go top to bottom. Yeah, I've seen it both ways as well. I got a complaint yesterday that someone didn't like the fact that the new messages end up at the top. I'm like, well, fine, let us flip it. I suppose it does make more sense that the new message is at the bottom because people want to read the conversation as they're going down. What was for dinner, Peace Night? That's the most poignant question of the day. Let me guess. Steak and vegetables. Or am I being optimistic? Pizza? Was it pizza? Orange chicken and white rice. So it wasn't even in the right genre of food. I like a couscous. Okay. Borscht. I'm gonna look up. It sounds very You had borscht. Soup common in Eastern Europe and Northern Asia. The English word borscht suits very in Ukrainian, one of the most famous dishes. Main ingredient beetroot. Ah, beetroot soup. There you go. My wife just said it was delicious. That's what Peace Snipe had. Orange chicken and white rice, love. It's chicken that's orange. Probably like duck à l'orange, except I don't know. I was going to say pollo de. I don't know what Spanish for orange is. Spanish for orange color. Naranja. Oh yeah. So you just say it. But no, that can't be the color though. Really? And pelmeni. See these. Gotta see what these meals are. Pelmeni. Oh, it's like a little dumpling. Russian cuisine. Ooh, ooh. They look good. They look like tortellini. They look exactly like tortellini. What the hell? consists of filling unleavened dough. Hang on. I think you've just stolen this off the Italians, really. Or off anyone from Asia, dumplings. Mincemeat, pork, lamb, beef, fish. Duh. Close but no cigars. No, English. English, like 80% or something. I'm the Irishman. I mean, can't you see a little bit of Colin Farrell? Come on now. I mean, why can't these tiles just be... What, packed with... No. Can't this just be bottom corner? Extrude. I don't even know what that does. 0. Border padding. No. Why can't you just... See, that's none. Crop. None. Oh. Good dark beer. I'm not into the dark beers. I'm more into the lagers. The lighter beers. Scale. Nope. See, how does one use this sprite sheet if so I don't think you could do it. I think the only way that you can do this is if you were to... What's a smart folder? Tech 1. I would like to know what a smart folder is. Can I not? I mean, I could just go, can I? Can I just do a new project? Preferences. I don't think this sprite sheet thing is as good as everyone says it is. I've heard this acronym. I'm going to Google what it is in another window. Not in education, employment or training. Refers to a person who is unemployed, not in school or vocational training. Is that what you meant by NEET? You're not unemployed, you're just in between projects right now. Because as a freelancer, that's what you end up saying. You're technically unemployed, but you just don't have a project currently. Right. See, if I just drop in just the folder for each one of these, like if I went, say, transform, drop that in, it does a cool little sprite sheet where they're all the same. See, that's not the same. So you need to say that you want a grid or you want to lay it out differently. I think I did have another sprite program. Or I could just use one of the ones online, because I want essentially that. I want essentially that layout. And to me, that looks obvious because what they've done is they've centered the sprite and they've put it on a baseline. but it's kind of like, okay, sprite sheet generator align, just sprite sheet generator. Yeah, you're just in between projects. You're a freelance who's looking for work, Keen Wolf. That's what you're doing. I did trial these the other day. I'm going to try them again. Because essentially, just looking at that, I just want them to be all centered and in the bottom. And if something can give me that alignment, then great. But it's weird that that tool that people pay for didn't seem to have that. And a lot of these other CSS sprite generators are more for websites. No, that's one I bought. Not bought, downloaded. See, that's centered. That's centered. That's centered. Clear. Add sprites. Let's go to desktop. Oh, wait. Desktop. Asset pack. Dark. Let's just go to transform. Open. Oh. Add all these, maybe. Like that. Open. See, that's what you want. I think that's what you want anyway. Horizontal. None there. Perfect, right? Then you would download that as a PNG. And you would have that sprite sheet there. Why is he down low though? Is this not in order? Transform. The hell is that frame? Why is that there? What? What frame is that? You're always more of a 7-Up guy than Sprite. You and your American jokes. So for those of you who actually, who doesn't know what those drinks are? I mean, we even had, I don't know if did we have 7-Up in Australia? I think we did for a little bit. I know we had, well, we still got Sprite. I know 7-Up. I think Sprite's more popular in the US than it is here though. Like, it's got big sponsors. Like, sport stars sponsor it. What is that? Sugar water is not good for health. No. No, it is not, Keen. Well, if you tell your American compatriot that he's far better off drinking dark beer. Actually, I'm not sure that's true either. Hang on. So if I... Can I go through each of these? I'm looking for that frame that's there with the hat. Is it that one? It is that one. Transform 2. But why is it... Oh, because it's... No. 1, 2... It's like it's missed frames or put them in the wrong order here. Settings. Compact. Vertical. It's really odd that it did that. Transform 2. Oh, because it's not done them in... That's a bugger. It's done them in alphabetical order. So it thinks that Transform 2 comes after that, when Transform 2 should go 1 and then not 1, 0. Should be in, can we not change this to alphabetical? I don't have to rename my sprites. Silly thing. Nope, don't want you either. What about you? Horizontal. Padding. Import. No. Open. Choose all of these. And why are those white? No, I didn't want to do that. Open. Let's choose all of these. See the way they've named it, it thinks that it goes 1 0. It goes 1 and then 1 0. And does all the things that prefix with 1 because it's alphabetical order. Has this one been smart enough to work it out? No, it's also silly. Well, not silly, it's just that person named it wrong. I could contact the developer of the sprite sheet and tell them to rename it, but yeah, because that one's clearly out of order as well. Surely there's one that is clever enough to know. Maybe if I drop them in, actually if I go back to that one, maybe if I drop them in order. Right, so clear this. Maybe if I select all of these, drag them here. Yeah, no, it still does them out of order. Well, that's a bit silly, isn't it? It should do it in the order I drag them in, not the order that... See, this guy is smart enough. This one does it correctly. This one does it in the order you drag them in. Or does it? Because transform 0, what is this? What are you? No. Why are you opening that like that? Are you asking me to click to browse? See, that doesn't look right. I mean, the transition and the coloring's right, but it doesn't look right in terms of... That's 0, and he's there. I mean, at least it's in the right ordering, but I don't know why. Like, so if I drag you guys in, what do you are? Oh, you added that to the end. Oh, okay. How about I clear you? If I select all and drag you now, will that work? There we go. There we go. See, this is a good one. This is one you would want. See, that is a proper one. Now, if I was to download other ones, like if I was to say, download the FX, dark to light, grab all of these, I'll select all, drag them in. Does it? Do it in the right order? No, it doesn't. I don't think. Hang on, let's refresh this. Let's select all. Drag in. Now it does. Now it does. So technically you could drag in all of them. Maybe that's the way forward. Using this one. This could be the one I wanted. Like, for example, I'll download that sprite sheet. And I'll say, I'll drag it here. I'll call it effects. And then I'll refresh this. Go back to transform. And I'll say select all, drag in. And download a sprite sheet. And I'll say that is transform. Right, so we have the transform. And that looks to be in order. And we have the FX that's there. So we're going to, just as a thing, we're going to go download this again and do it from scratch. So let's go here. I think I already did download this the other day. Yeah, I did. Let's put that there. Just going to chuck that there. We're going to open that up in Visual Studio Code. And we're going to go to the lib game main. Kind of doing what I did the other day, but I think I erased that project. I'll check my recycle bin. No, I didn't. I've got it. We don't have to redo all this work. This is good. Put that here. No, hang on. Cancel that. I want to rename that something else and delete it. Bring that one in here, like that. Then open this project in code. And then I think I want to go here, and I think I want to go dub. Did I not save that? No, don't tell me I did. Surely I did. What the absolute hell? Rename that. Delete it. Go back over to the bin. Man. Well, that's annoying. So, bugger it, we'll do it live. We will do it live. What are we doing? I'll throw that here. We will go into this folder, media. We will throw those in there like that. Now that is 2556 by, I don't remember how many images are in here. Oh, you could just find what the original size was, couldn't you? Dark. Transform. I don't know if it gave it anything. How many images were there? 38. So if I divide this, 98 divided by 38, 988 by 38, 988 divided by 38 equals 26. 26 wide. Are these 26 wide? Are these actually 26 wide? Yes, they are. By 67 high. Yes, so it doesn't actually... Good. Good. it doesn't seem to have added any padding, which is what we want. So what we need to do is, so I'm kind of reinventing the wheel because I did this the other day and then I went, oh, I won't need this again. I deleted it. And it's like, bum, bum. That was a silly idea. That was a silly idea, because what we're going to do here is we're actually going to use CoffeeScript off the CDN. I think it was this one. And we're going to go boom. Nope. We're going to go copy the URL of that. And instead of, and we're going to go, change that to that, and instead of that we are going to use main.coffee. Like that. We're going to go into the lib game. We're going to open this. We're going to say Control A, Control C. We're going to go to JS to coffee, and we're going to convert it to CoffeeScript, because CoffeeScript is excellent, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. They'll be like, oh no, CoffeeScript's like, you know, it's so old-fashioned. Everyone uses like TypeScript nowadays. It's like, yeah, good work. Great. I'm glad you like typing so much. That's excellent. People love typing. I like coding. There is a difference. Bomb. Now, this should run. If I just say new terminal and go dub. It's going to have an error. It's going to say, what are you going to say? Unexpected token what? What have I done? Where have I done it? I want answers. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Where are you saying that that is a problem? Excuse me? Excuse me? Sorry, what was here? Unexpected token in main.coffee. An angle bracket. I'll have you know that there's probably some alignment screwed up. Right. Defines. What are you choking on? Oh, it's probably the... No? It can't be that. What are you choking on? On what line? Oh, on the first line. Why? It's really odd that you would choke on that. Is that better? Why are you not liking that? That's absolutely fine. What is the deal? Defines. That is fine. Why are you choking on that? I mean, maybe you want brackets around it, I guess. Like, that's proper syntax. Why are you being silly about this? I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding what your problem is with this. You gonna check on that now? I had it working the other day, and all I did was a straight up translate of this. Right? What's compatibility versus not? Oh. That? Is the indentation not right? Like, for example, that there. Ah, I know why, because last time I did this, I actually indented things how they should have been indented. Like that, and then when I do this, it maybe translates it a different way, perhaps. No, I don't want to open anything. Bro, what are you complaining about? Assignment of global variable. Yeah, that's fine. This is fine. Why are you complaining? If this is obvious to anyone, please say something. That's not unexpected. I'm saying I'm calling a function that takes a function. Like, you see, this here, right? You're calling this function, and as an argument, it takes an anonymous function. So, it's kind of... And it worked straight out the box the other day. Do I need to... So things like that can be fixed to be like that. I think I did stuff like this the other day. And then I can indent this like that. Indent this like that. Is that going to fix you? What? You screwing with me now, web browser? Am I not using the right version of CoffeeScript online? CDN. Ah. I know what the error is. I know what the error is. I'm an absolute potato. I'm an absolute potato. How much of a potato am I? On a scale of 1 to absolute, absolute potato. See, there's nothing wrong with this code. They're perfectly fine code. You know what the problem is. I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is back over here where I'm including it. I'm actually saying it's text JavaScript. When it's text, CoffeeScript, like that. Then when we do that, and we go back over, bomb. What a potato. What a potato. Absolute potato. That's what that would be. I should actually add, hang on. Where are we going? Boom. Stream. Dun, 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 dun. I'm actually going to change the name of this stream as well and say game dev / web dev with impact and CoffeeScript. I should probably also tag it with animation. Done. And actually edit that to be impact.js and CoffeeScript. Done. There we go. That's a more accurate title, isn't it? Can't have people thinking that we're doing such things. Creative. Boom. Family friendly. Is this family friendly? I think it's family friendly. I think we're family friendly. Right. Cool bananas. Where were we? Let's actually get back to meat and potatoes of this. So what we want to do is we want to go back here. I think I'm going to code this thing in JavaScript and CoffeeScript just for the fact that as much as I'd like to maybe do it in Unity and make it multiplayer or something, it's like, well, you know what? For now, just do this. Right. I really don't want to. No. I can just do that with. Put that there. Put that there. Go back over to here. That's much better. Don't need that. Oh, actually, that page. I want to keep this page. I want to bookmark this. I'll put it in there, I guess. Boom, boom. Right. Let's get back to this. Can we scale this up 3 times? What happens? It's a bit better. Let's not make it like that. Let's just make it. We did this the other day. 720, 360, 180. Give it that widescreen look. Oh yeah, there we go. That looks a bit cooler. So, we don't need to draw that, and we probably need to have an entity. What are we going to do? We are going to say entity player equals ID entity extend init current anim equals transform, and that's not defined yet. So what we want to do is we want to say Did I already copy these in? I did. Anim sheet transform equals new ig dot animation sheet media slash transform. And what were they again? Transform. They're 26 by 67. Now we're cooking with the gas. Then we want to say anim transform equals new ig dot animation anim sheet transform 0.2. It's 12 frames a second. Divided by 12. I'll just do it. I'll just leave it at that to start. And we want this is where we want to use low dash, don't we? Low dash CDN. Low dash CDN. Was this the one I used? What did I use for the other one? CDN JS deliver. JS deliver. That's the one I want to use. And I want to use Ziletost. Copy URL. Here, I'm going to copy it here. Change that. To that. I'm going to go back over here, and it was a range, wasn't it? We want to go range. Low dash. I want the range. 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 You're going to catch up to your range. There we go. Range 4. Oh, how many frames were there for the transform? I want answers. Tell me how many there were. There were 38 items. So you actually just say 38. So you would say, for this, you would just go underscore range 34. And then you would spawn an entity. Entities. I want to spawn an entity. I don't want to pull them. I'll just use the drop source code. Where are we there? Spawn. Right. So the game, you go player. Player is null, and in init you want to say player equals spawn entity player. I'll put it in the middle of the screen. Boom. X, Y. But it won't be right in the middle of the screen. I don't really need any of that. Let's run it at 165 frames a second. No, it doesn't really need. That's just silly. What are we doing? That's right. Need a transform. .png perhaps? Don't really need that. What? Fine, let's just take you back to the way you were. I don't want to muck around. What do you mean? What do you mean? Return. Why? What are you complaining about? I expect a new line. Why? Oh, because I'm a potato? Yeah, that's why. Because I'm a potato. There he is. Why are you... Okay. Why are you not in the center of the screen though? Spawn entity. Wait a minute. Nope, go back. Entity. No, actually, we want the game. Cool. Spawn entity. Why you know do this? Why? Why you know work properly? 160/90. Yeah. So why you no spawn there? What the hell, man? Why are you spawning top right? This makes no sense to me. What? Ah, you potato. Fine. Fine. Fine, we will do it this other way. We will say draw the function. You call it parent. Then you say this, like that, and then you say font draw testing x y ig font dot what is it? Align center. Align dot center. Are you doing that right? What are you saying? Drawer of undefined. What are you saying? Oh. You could, and the way that I would do that is I would look at the frames of animation and know that when it hit this frame, it should be red. And that frame is so many frames into it. Like if there's 38 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So after 25 frames, you switch the color. So you'd say on frame 25, switch the color. Hang on, be right back. Got my phone ringing. We're back. So yeah, you could on frame 25, but what I'm trying to work out at the moment is why old mate here is not being drawn in the center of the screen like he should be. Maybe I'm doing something wrong with reading this in. No. I'll do one for FX as well. Let's just do this without worrying about where he is. So and the frames for FX were, these were what size? Sorry, 71 by 94. They're all 71 by 94. 71 by 94. And the range of them, how many were there? There were 36 items. Because you wanted to skip frame 1, maybe? Not sure that's correct. And in the draw function, you could actually just draw so with an animation you can actually just draw the animation. Hey, Select. Yeah, I am live, man. And still alive. Why not, yeah? It's better than the opposite. Draw's already there. My player, I want to have a draw function. Draw. Update. Like this X and Y though. X and Y. All good, man. What time is it there anyway, Select? See, why are you now drawing down there? See, now it's actually drawing at the right spot. But you kind of want that to be the bottom. You want to actually get the frame of the animation. Frame. So you want to actually say what is it? Update though. Update. Updates the animation of the current frame based on its frame time. No, I don't think that's what you need to do. I think go to frame F, get the frame. So I actually want to say anim fx go to frame current anim frame. Is that right? Is that what I want to do? No. Got frame. It's go to frame. Console log current anim dot frame. Right. Oh. X, Y. Do I need to clear cache? That's fine. Throw extra. Draw layer. I know it was in here. It's in the forums. Layer animation. Additive animation. Layered animations. Multi-layered. Effects layer. Entity multiple anim sheet. Multiple entity multiple. The animation layers. I had it the other day. Impact layer animation. Calling this you're a potato. You are an absolute freaking potato. Parent. Absolute potato. There we go. Why are you drawing two of you? Oh. What? Because I'm an idiot. There we are. No, you're drawing at the right spot. Why are you not drawing at the right spot though? Why are you... Why aren't you drawing in the middle of the screen? No such thing. Yeah, you don't have a parent. Entity. This parent X with duh. God dang it. A init for an entity has to have X, Y settings. And then you say parent X, Y. Nope, not there. Just go to this parent. Here you go to X, Y settings. Like that. And then you draw at the right spot, don't you? Now, we want an offset for these. This is looking good. I feel so much better coding rather than using editors. Don't know why. I shouldn't say that. The offset's not right. So the width, it's got to be like the pivot point. I want the pivot of the entity. It's like I want the pivot offset. How do you layer two entities on top of each other the same? How do you... Man... center of entity pivot, entity pivot maybe. Entity pivot. I want the entity to be there though. Like, is it drawing it from the top? Size, position. Is there a debug mode? I remember there was a debug mode. Docs. Debug. Debug panel, that's what we want. Bum. Boom. Boom. Impact game. Impact. Debug. And we want to say, is that all we have to do? Oh shit. Entities. Show collision boxes. So that's your actual collision box, but you're playing your animation in the bottom corner. I want to align my animation. I want to align my animation with the bottom of it. Center animation. Center animation. Hmm. So it's only 16 by 16. What I really need to say, the player, in this transform at least, it's 26 wide. 26 by 67. So if I say your size X 26 Y 67. I'm going to change that. If I say entities, show collision box. Yeah, show collision box. There we go. All good, Select. I'm about to finish up anyway, man. And I'll be back on in a few hours. So, catch you later, my dude. Man, if I just say that's 26 by 26, what's that going to do? Refresh. Entities, show collision boxes. Okay, so you're not going to... That's the problem. the jump is kind of because the idle is actually, what do we got? Idle here for dark. Sorry. What are you, idle? 22. Technically, then you're 22. By what? (22 by 18). (22 by 18). Idle. 22 by 18. Idle. And there's only one. There is only one. Idle. I'm idle. By 18. Entities, no collision boxes. Are you actually 22 by 18? You're not 22 by 18. It's 22 by 18. It's all the glowiness, I guess. Let's try that. That's not gonna. Inputs. There we go. It's probably just going to fly off the screen. course. Collides. Do we have gravity in this game? Gravity. Fall to 0, no gravity. Gravity. Game. Gravity, what should it be? The 11. What is gravity normally? Gravity meters per second. 9.8. I don't even know if this number makes sense for this game. Oh, it's pixels. So maybe set it to something like 100. And you kind of want to make that animation stop. True. True. But then after the animation you want it to, there has to be something there. Right. I think